Hey loves, how are you guys? I got a new deck and it's beautiful. We're going to use it. Midsummer's Magic unites hearts, honoring traditions with love, light, and joy. It's purple. I buy decks like in person mostly, intuitively. This deck is gorgeous. That was the front picture. And then when I opened it up, it was all purple. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Purple's like one of my biggest colors. It speaks to me so much. So we're just going to shuffle it and see how we do. Love that feeling. Shuffle. It'll just take a second here. How are you guys? How have you guys been? And this is a midnight sun, and it refers to the midsummer, which is like a Scandinavian ceremony ritual and tradition, celebration. It does feel like we're right there in midsummer. It is pretty much the end. I think Leo season starts today or tomorrow, the time of filming this, and we're right there towards the end of July. These cards are shuffling beautifully. My goodness. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Beautiful deck. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what we got. We're ready. We have the Bluebell. Rarity and appreciation, but she came up reversed. Then we have the Ring Dance. Oh, this is such Leo energy. This is beautiful. And then we have Holiday. Oh, relaxation and positivity. Look at that. What a joyful deck. My gosh. Then we have Country Roads. Imperfection and the Journey. We have like a little girl on here. It's like the number 2 at the bottom there. 21 here for like a 2 and a 3. 2 and a 1 is a 3, sorry. So right away out of the gates, we're getting this energy almost like there's like this need to just there's this need to just burst out and just like have this moment of like unmatched freedom. Just this energy that feels uncontained, but there's something stopping us from being able to reach that, from being able to entertain that. There's this sense of like, maybe there's like a trip for some of you that you were hoping was going to take place and the plans got canceled. So we'll dive in a little bit more into that. It does feel like there's like this opportunity that I've chose, like that just kind of was cut short. Um, for some of you, I'm getting the energy though, like there's something else that came out of that missed chance, if you will. And that's giving you like almost like another avenue that you're kind of considering instead, or like there was like another opportunity that opened up because that one door closed. But there's definitely this like sort of crossroads, like this interception that happened, and it's travel related. Bottom of the deck is June, beginnings and balance. So maybe you made these plans in June. It does feel like maybe something you were looking forward to in your summer season, like just kind of didn't work out exactly the way that you had hoped for this time right now. It is Mercury retrograde. I will put that out there. So we'll leave the deck here for a moment, and I'm going to grab this because intuitively I'm just going to this one. So let's see what is coming up for the viewer right now. What happened around this vacation? We have some jump cards. What happened around this energy? We have lots of jump cards. Wow. Okay, the cards want to speak to you. So let's see what they're saying. High Priestess is here with the Lovers. Okay. I'm going to take this because it's like speaking to me as well. So we have the Ten of Swords is there. All are reversed. It's like a little bit the energy of like a secret connection. And then we have the King of Swords with the Hermit. The Magician is here. The Seven of Pentacles is here. And the King of Pentacles is here. So I'm getting the energy like someone is still looking to manifest something with you, is still looking to make something happen. They're still like, don't worry. Like, don't worry. It's coming together. It's coming together. But there is this feeling right now like, yeah, there's like a distance between you two. Almost like what was supposed to happen, the trip that was supposed to happen, and it's between you and like a romantic partner. It got cut off. And it was like, it's like a secret. Like there's a connection there. Like almost like it just narrowly was gonna happen, and then it just couldn't happen. It just couldn't happen. I'm getting also like there's this feeling like they couldn't fully express themselves on why they couldn't show up for this trip for you. um so they kind of let you go, and letting you go meant like putting space, physical distance between you two. But they're still working to manifest something. But there's an energy here that is, this isn't a relationship that could live like outright. This isn't a relationship that can be on the front lines of society, if you will. This is a relationship that's hiding. This is a relationship that is um, secretive and behind closed doors, and there's not a lot of people that know about it. It's a challenged relationship because of its lack of honesty, not necessarily for each other, um, but for at a social level. It's like it's not allowed. It's forbidden. It's forbidden. Splitting the deck to the Ten of Swords with the Six of Pentacles. It does feel like this is something that is exhausting you as well, and them. In terms of like not being able to put your cards out on the table around this. Maybe this little trip really kind of drove that point home, or bigger trip. Look at that. The Strength card is jumping with the Knight of Wands. So it's like they want to come forward towards you. The Knight of Wands is here. But they're struggling to have they don't have the like the energy, they don't have the stamina, there's not, the possibility isn't there right now. It's almost like on the other side of that, they have to tend towards like their home right now. They have to tend towards like their home base, their what's happening back at home right now versus coming forward towards you. Judgment card, the Knight of Pentacles. They are really, really unhappy. There's this sense of like really wanting to be with you. It's almost like the energy is almost as though this person made plans with you for a secret getaway, and something happened at home where they had to show up at the home event or the home trip or whatever. Like the partner at home, the wife at home, like had something planned that kind of like upended the trip, the secret plans that you guys had, and they had to show up for that. And now they're trying to like kind of like almost like double batch their actions. Like they're trying to be in two places at once, and they're really upset. It's like their horse behind them is like, come on, like if you don't go in the direction that you need to go in right now, like you're going to throw in the towel on your whole life. Like you're going to be called out. This is like a huge risk. And they're like, I'm so sorry. Like I'm so sorry. Um let's see. Splitting the deck to the King of Cups, so with the Knight of Pentacles. There is also a challenge to kind of express themselves right now, maybe because of the distance. Let's see what else is coming up here. We'll put this deck on the side. I'm going to grab from the Midsummer deck again. Let's see. How are you feeling right now? Like, how are you feeling in these circumstances right now? We have Healing Power reversed. We have Oak. Beautiful. And then we have Limitless Peace. That's so beautiful. Bottom of the deck is the dress. Yeah. I'm getting the energy here, though. Like you bought some outfits to put on for this event. And that you felt really beautiful in, that you knew they would love you in. And even the number on this card, this is a 7 card. And it just shows that it was happening from a place of like having to hide like a part of yourself that you could only have in private with them. And so you're not able to wear those outfits anymore. That's like very specific. That is very specific. So for those who that resonates with, like that will resonate. Um, we're seeing you kind of feeling stuck. It's like you're looking to rebalance. You're looking to reconnect with something that's meaningful. In the back of this card, I'm seeing, is that really what I'm seeing? Like carved into the tree there? I'm seeing the Mars. I'm like, it's so funny. Sometimes when I look at like static images, I do this. I'm like, oh, can we just like expand on it? Um, I don't see Venus. That's what I'm looking for. I'm like, do I see the Venus sign next to it? But I do see Mars. Do you guys see that, or is it just me? Do you see Mars in the middle of the tree there? That's the Mars emblem. So I'm seeing almost this sense of like this desire to be free for you, this desire to be free and like just feeling so connected to this person. This person feels like your person. You feel alive when you're with them. The attraction is like unmatched. I think you're really looking for grounding in this letdown right now because you have to consider like alternative options, because you're at the mercy of what they're able to do because of the circumstances they're in. I don't feel that you are in a relationship. I feel that you are available and that you found yourself in a situation where someone is in a partnership that is very serious and they can't just leave, or they feel they can't leave, so they've chosen to have your relationship be in secret. I'm seeing you here, like maybe even taking yoga classes, but really just looking like you're spiritual. Like there's a quality to you that's like I can find balance on my own. Like I'm not just gonna let this spiral out of control. I'm gonna try and bring my center back to me. So I do see you not allowing yourself to go full tilt on the disappointment, and really just trying to find inner peace within yourself, kind of like teach yourself to come back to yourself because you do feel really like you're very aware of the situation that you're in with this person and that this is kind of a um there's no guarantee on anything, like it's so unpredictable. And this trip, I have chills for that too, is just another yet another kind of um testament to how unpredictable things are between the two of you. Yeah, bare feet is here. And singing is here. Connection outlet. Look at that. We have like a male energy here with some birds with a woman in the backdrop. So maybe there's like some songs too that come through that connect you guys or that remind this person of you and your energy. Maybe you both have a song together and they're thinking of you when they hear that song. Um, these kind of situations are so hard when you find yourself in them. Um, Let me see, which deck am I going to use for to do some cards? I'm feeling this one. I just want to make sure. Which one's this? I'm feeling this one too. Okay. Let's see. What does the viewer need to know right now? Like, what is important for them? What's a message for them? Three of Cups is here. So we definitely have a third party situation with the Eight of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles are here. 5 of Pentacles. The Empress. High Priestess. Queen of Swords. The Moon. The Knight of Cups. 7 of Wands. There's like this, the Judgment is here. The Knight of Swords. Okay. There is this feeling here of fear of being rejected completely, like a fear of just being let go in the situation and not being chosen again. Every time this person goes back to their family, you worry that that's the end for you both. And that's fair. That is a fair concern. It kind of brings up the fact that like your connection is illicit and that it's not it can't be outright, and that it's complicated and it makes you feel very discouraged. There's a part of you that wants to give up on the whole thing. Like you're just fed up. Like you're just fed up. Kind of like, what are we working for? And like, even the words that we share, the things that we talk about, like they can't even happen. And this is just proof positive that we're in this situation that can't actually go anywhere. So why are we doing this thing? Like, what are we doing it for? Like, you're very kind of like desolate right now. You're almost like thinking about taking your feelings for this person and like just letting go, like just letting go. Like you're really there, and I think it goes back to that like sort of like yoga meditation card where you're like, I'm recentering myself, so how could I possibly go back? How could I go back? um the Three of Cups is here, so again we are seeing, yeah, we're seeing the choice between you and the family, and the family represents success in a linear term, and you represent possibility of just total fulfillment and total success. But you're backed by the impossibility of that at the same time. If that makes sense, it's like it's two sides of the same coin. As possible as it is, as impossible as it is. On the other side of the family card is like this man who's, and honestly, his energy here is giving very fickle. Like he sometimes is like all yours and you feel like he's all yours. And then other times he's like, well, I have a wife and I have a family and I told you that. And I'm very clear about that. And you're like, what? And then in that moment, you're like, you just feel ousted. Like you just feel so alone and you feel rejection and you just feel fear of being alone forever. And you feel like like, why do I always get in these situations? And like, I constantly choose the wrong person. And how did I get entangled with this person? So there is this feeling of just desperation in that moment. It's very acute. It's a very acute sense of being like, of just loneliness and just questioning the choices that you make, and the choices that in the situations that life has put you in. The Empress is here on the other side. So I do see you being extremely, extremely intuitive. I see you being very, very sensitive as well. I see you being, there's like an energy to you that's very soft and very like Cancer energy, almost like a water sign energy. Like you're very beautiful. And you're a beautiful soul, like not just physically beautiful, like a beautiful soul. And like nature speaks to you and you like being in it and you like probably traveling. And there's just this abundance that is, it's really a part of your being. It's like who you are. You're not cold, you're not strategic, you're just going with life's flow. And you really, I think in a perfect world you'd like to have kids, like you'd like to be, this like kind of like this beautiful bohemian mother who like just has these wildling children and is able to tend to them and live in a garden, and like maybe even in Europe is coming to me. Like there's just this feeling of possibility that you're always hopeful for, that you're always kind of on the verge of, and it feels like in moments like this you're reminded of why you can't access it, essentially. um I'm seeing there's so much you want to say and you feel stuck. You can't say it. You just cannot say it. Like this card is crossed by the backed by the high priestess, and that energy is like you're living with that within you and you have to keep it to yourself. And in this moment you're like, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. So let's see what will happen between the two of you. Hanged One is here. So I think there's like an energy definitely of like the continuation of feeling stuck. How are things going to evolve? Like what's next for these two people? A lot of jump cards here. So we have the Magician again. We have the Eight of Swords here. We have the Six of Cups are here. We have the Moon is here. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Two of Swords as well. And then we have the Five of Pentacles showing up again. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups with the Lovers, Three of Cups, Five of Swords, Hanged One. All right. There is a momentum here. There's like so much desire to make something happen between the two of you. Like what exists between the two of you is very real, and your person feels it very much too. Um, it's the memory, it's like the joy. It's you make them feel so young. You make them feel like alive, and I think they, to a certain extent, evoke that in you, even though it's a lot more natural for you. You come by it a lot more naturally. Um, then we have the other side here. We have seeing this energy, almost like communication continues to be an issue, and I am seeing you feeling like you're just kind of alone, and you're on the in the wings of their chosen relationship. It's almost like when they go back to their family, they go back because they have so much fear around rejection from that person and from that existence, like that entity. So I am seeing them like reminiscing on the memory of you two and continuing to stay in the like the beautiful, joyful space of like almost like this longing, like they want to go back to you, but they're so stuck right now. They're just so stuck. Um, there's like this conviction within them that everything will work itself out. It's going to figure itself out. I am seeing this inability to make a choice. Like they just can't make the choice right now. They'd rather just kind of like ride the wave of the risk kind of thing and see how it goes. Essentially, I am seeing them kind of keeping you in the wings. Like I'm seeing you not leaving their dynamic. I'm seeing them feeling still very much in love with you. There's still very much this desire for you. You're still very much chosen for them. I am seeing you feeling like that just keeps us more stuck. Like the relationship is very it's blocked. It's blocked. And it's almost like the plans that fell through really, really cemented the fact that you guys can't, like, what is really possible for you two outside of being in between the lines, outside of being sort of a peripheral, secretive relationship. And it's not moving more than that. I'm not seeing it. It's interesting. I'm not like the energy's a little bit almost like the partner knows you're there, but I'm not seeing a conflict there. Um, I am seeing them. There's so many sevens and fives here, though. So at some point, I am seeing this like on the other side of the silence, and on the other side, there's almost like this connection where I want to investigate that a little bit more. It's almost like they reach out to you, and there is like a little bit of something, and then they kind of like they take the risk, but it goes. It's risky. It's risky, and there's challenge there, but I'm not seeing something that like makes or breaks your connection or that sees you have to be totally indefinitely cut off from each other where it's like that was the end. Like that was the end. I'm not seeing that. I'm more just seeing like the continued sense of stress on the other side of that connection. Um a little less distance between you after that. And this is like coming up in the next few weeks. This sense of like this person trying to, strategize how they're going to get to you, how they're going to get to you. Like, what can they possibly do to make their way to you? It's like they're not finding the way. And then I'm seeing you be like, yeah, then on the other side of that, you're like, but wait, I have an idea. What if I met you here? And it's almost like you're willing, look at that with the lovers, you're willing to take the risk and meet them somewhere in like a physical space. This is not like an emotional or a mental thing. There's feelings there. The feelings are motivating, but you're risking the meetup. Essentially, you're proposing it. I am seeing that coming up. Let's see. The Emperor is here. Three of Cups is here again. It won't let us go. Five of Swords is here. The Hanged One is here. The Five of Cups is here. The Three of Pentacles. Lovers are here. Ace of Wands. Two of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Page of Swords with the Seven of Cups. They kind of continue to feel stuck. They continue to feel stuck. They continue to feel like, they don't have the answers right now. And it's really, really challenging for you. They're also just like playing small right now. They're playing small. They're not interested in taking any big risks. They're just kind of like just getting by. They're just getting by. I do see that they feel really, really lonely and unfulfilled. And there's this sense of like regret around that, of like what could have been. And I'm also seeing their partner's energy in here, almost like she's watching to see like what they're gonna do, like what's next. There's something coming up where they are gonna feel like it's time now to make a choice. It's time to make a choice right now. And then the choice kind of comes down to them. And are they able to choose between having what it is that they made their commitments to? There's like this crossroads almost that like percolates and comes up for them, where they're like, it's the time is now, the time is now. But it's so like they're so fearful. They're wearing all this armor. They're so immature in the situation. They're just like, oh God, I don't even know. And then it just like they just stay in this in the persuasion of like convincing themselves that they could have their cake and eat it too. Like they don't need to make a decision. Like they feel the heat of like making the decision. And they're not able to do it. Like they're not able to do it. They're like, I can't look at what risking this means. It's almost like their nature is just victimy a little bit. Like, woe is me, I'm in this unfulfilled situation, I have this like amazing mistress on the side, and like there's so much potential there. And and then you're like just kind of being strung along, and they keep dropping these like hints where these empty promises is what it's looking like more and more, because they can't get it together. So they're dancing with irresponsibility. It's a hard it gets it's They're feeling so much pressure right now. And as we continue into the summer, of just like, yeah, this isn't gonna, I got to do something about it. But they're unable to make a decision. They remain so challenged, so confused about what it is that they want. I do think they're in a state though this summer where they're very led by temptation, and temptation is very connected to feelings, and you are connected to feelings. The practical lies within the other relationship. Um, the feelings are really at the forefront for them this summer, and they're like really toying with the idea of like what is possible around those feelings. But ultimately, I don't see them succumbing to it. It's like they're just telling us like it's overwhelming, it's overwhelming, it's overwhelming. Like someone make the decision for me. Someone make it for me. Um so you're on the heels of something that's shifted gears for you, or that news is about to come through. And ultimately, it just brings back these repeated patterns and reminds you of like the choices you've made to be emotionally involved with this person, and how unfulfilling that can be in some moments. And then in other moments, it just feels like you're absolutely meant to be. You're soulmates, you're so connected. And it's really, really, really hard. It's really hard. Look at you, the Queen of Wands. You're like, yes, I know who I am. I know what is possible. And you're like an enigma for them. There's so much possibility. Wheel of Fortune. It is time, though. There's change here. There's change developing this summer. It's a little rock and roll is what I'm getting a little bit. Like the events that are happening are becoming more and more unpredictable. They're becoming more and more challenging. You're feeling more and more enmeshed in the chaos instead of in this hope that things will just place themselves. It's feeling a little more distressing and unraveled and unhinged, and just like you're like, I can't play these games anymore. Like I'm taking care of me now. That's where you're at. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry, something just fell here. I hope this was healing. I hope you felt seen in this message, and I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful week.